Manoj, it's a pleasure having you here in this festival. And this is the second screening of Body. First was at the IFK and second here in Calicut. What's your experience? How do you feel now about the film, about the audience, and
I think getting our film to Kerala has been fantastic.
you know?
Looking at the reaction of people is great, and we were extremely fortunate that this film premiered at IFFK under the international competition section. Uh, IFFK in itself is a very prestigious space. It's a very prestigious platform. So getting it screened there added some value to our film.
Mm.
My personal experience of attending both the screenings, I think people are engaging with the film in a very interesting way. I have had responses of people who have had multiple viewings. Like he has seen this film. The person shooting it has
Yes,
seen this film
twice, I think.
twice. I think
Twice. Yes,
yes, twice.
yes.
And I recently met someone in one of our Mumbai screenings who said she's seen the film thrice. So there are people who are watching it again and again. Um, People at Kerala are already so film literate that they are getting a lot of nuances of the film, which is very exciting for all of us. And while you talk to me here, I would like to represent my whole team of body.
Yeah, you're welcome to do that. See, the difference is IFK is a state sponsored festival in a big way. Its scale is very big. But here it is at a different scale. It's a
Yes,
small group.
yes.
What is your experience, or how do you view these small festivals?
I think it's wonderful for our film because in Hindi there is this saying jungle mein mor nacha kisne dekha, which loosely translates as if the peacock is dancing in the forest, then who has seen it?
That's right.
So it's very important for the film to be seen. It takes a lot of hard work uh, to make a film. And for a film like this, it took about 10 years in the making. And now, when it gets screened, I, as a person who has worked in this film, I really don't, sorry to be using this word for the lack of any other word, I really don't judge
Okay.
the screen size or the auditorium size. For me, what is important is the kind of engagement that people are having with the film. Because later on, if this film comes at OTT, then people are going to probably watch it on the
That,
mobile phone.
that's right.
We are open to all kinds of possibilities.
So you're stressing on the appreciation of the film.
Yes,
The how do people engage with it? That's
engagement.
important.
Yes,
See, that's what I'm saying. When the film was screened at IFK, there was not such discussions. I don't think it was happened there, but something more is happening here. That is what I
absolutely.
feel with all the films, not only
Absolutely.
about your film, but other films also.
In that sense, yes, it's very exciting. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm talking to you
That's right.
here, discussing the film, which is wonderful and quite rare also.
That's right.
People absorb the film and then they go back to their own worlds. Now, here we are sitting here in such a beautiful location, talking in depth about the film. I think that's commendable, the kind of job that this festival is doing. Uh, and the lineup I saw uh, it's quite exciting.
If we start discussing about your role, the character in the film, what was your reaction when this was offered, the character was offered to you? Because it's not an ordinary kind of character. So, what was your reaction to that?
So when Abhijit Majumdar, the director
Yeah.
of the film, when Abhijit Da um came to me with the idea, all he said was that right now he doesn't have a very concrete idea of the film, but he only has one image in his mind, and that image was that of a naked man in a public place. So when he shared that with me, I immediately said yes. And the reason was I had already worked with him in my FTI diploma film. He had directed my acting diploma film at FTI, and I knew his sensibilities. So I was very sure that he's not going to sensationalize the image. He's going to be very sensitive about it. And it was a surreal moment for me because a week back, I had seen a lady walk completely naked on the Mumbai streets.
Okay.
So it was like a major recall for me because at that moment when I saw that lady, uh, I was totally helpless. I was clueless. I didn't know how to react to such a situation. And in a way, I wanted to find answers for myself. That image was very strong when I saw it for the first time. So I was very convinced about the image, and I was very convinced about the writing and treatment of my director. So it took me about a few seconds to just say yes.
See, if you do such a character, a role in a film, as we have discussed, some time back, will it, will it go and brand, you as an actor in such a fashion? Will it happen? There are chances.
Do you mean to say stereotype?
Yeah, stereotype
Okay.
of the same kind of roles, because that character is not a kind of thing we always see in films, in mainstream or in art, so-called art cinema.
Hmm.
So it's a different kind of character and role.
So that is only going to happen if I say yes to those projects being offered to me, uh, and I actually don't mind being stereotyped on screen because I also do theater, and when I do my plays, I make sure that I'm doing different kinds of plays. Why I say that I don't mind getting stereotyped because I'm at this point of my career where to be not getting work because of this reason would be, I think, more painful
Okay.
than should we stop? Let's wait for that water to. Thank you.
Okay.
So I was saying, it's it's okay for me if they stereotype me in that manner because I'm not going to say yes to all those projects.
That's right.
I'll be
What you're
assessing.
saying is you
Hmm.
will not say yes to such roles again, but as an industry, there is a tendency to brand an actor.
Hmm.
Suppose you take a villain character, he will be always something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So
So is that going to limit? People will look at you and limit your acting talents.
I don't think so
Okay.
because earlier I have worked in a feature film called Dharam Sankat Mein where I play the lead of the film.
Okay.
I play Paresh Rawal's son in that film.
Okay.
There's Paresh ji, there is Nasiruddin Shah,
Okay.
and there is Anu Kapoor.
Okay.
So that is an out and out comedy. It's a satire,
Okay.
comic satire. And the play that I'm doing right now is with Atul Kumar.
Okay.
It's a satire on the government.
Okay.
That's again comedy.
Okay.
So a lot of people, in fact, know me from my work in comedy. So it's going to be more like a surprise to them and more like a revelation to them.
Okay.
Oh, this actor can do this also. Let's try him in this. So in the morning when you met me, you said you have a very different look right now.
That's right.
That's actually me.
Okay.
This is me. What you see in the film is the role that I was playing. Like for the role, I had grown beard and all. So most of the people know me like this.
Okay.
So watching me like that in the film in Mumbai and people who have known my work otherwise, it's going to be a revelation. Or if someone watches me in this film, they are going to probably Google about me.
Okay.
What are the other works of this actor? And then they'll find oh, he can do this also.
Yes, yes, I got it. See, this takes me to another level of acting, in the sense, Manikav,
Of course, 100%.
he has written that he doesn't believe in characters. He would like to have the person you as you, not as the character.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
says about acting.
I think it's more what he says,
Hmm,
I think is if we interpret it from the Western terminology, it is more to do with the being
hmm,
rather than performing.
that's right.
So that I feel is the essence
Okay,
of my work.
okay.
Without that, I am nothing.
Hmm,
So even if you see me with a beard and doing that role,
hmm,
there is a sense of truth that I'm carrying with me, because that is one of my sides that I'm projecting.
okay.
Uh, I think that has to be there. And during my FTI days, I was quite fond of Manikol's cinema. In fact, I was doing a play with Manav Kaul.
Oh,
This play was about Gorakh Pandey. He was a Hindi writer who wrote
okay.
revolutionary poems, and his poems had duality.
Oh,
So these poems were also revolutionary poems, and they could be interpreted as love poems.
okay.
So I was playing the role of Gorakh Pandey in that play. My director, Manav Kaul, always called me धीमी गति का एक्टर,
Okay.
मणि कौल की फिल्मों का एक्टर,
Oh,
the actor of slow cinema, the actor of Mani Kaul's films.
okay. Good.
At that time, being a student, I didn't quite take it very sportingly,
Hmm.
but I never knew that
What was?
one day we're gonna discuss the same.
Oh,
It's
that's
like a full
coincidence.
cycle.
That's right. He Kaul says that told, I think it was Shah Rukh Khan, that you be as yourself. You be. Don't try to become the character of Dostoevsky.
Hmm.
That is
Yeah.
what he
Yes.
was.
Yes. Yes.
The same thing was told by Bressot, Robert
Yes. Yes.
Bressot also.
Yes.
You may be knowing that.
Yes, in fact, Bresson's films were a bit of homework for me for this film.
Oh, good.
Uh, I was
Please
in.
elaborate a little bit.
I felt in love with Pickpocket,
Oh,
and the way the character really holds the silences.
mm-hmm.
So I love the way one gets loads and loads of subtext in each scene. I don't know how much of it was by the actor, because as we are told, most of it was Bresson's directions, that oh, you move from here to there, you do this from this to that. But I had the advantage of time with me, which means I could access Bresson also, and I could access my acting training also, and very smartly mix it, take directions of my director
Alright.
and apply it with my own subtext, so that uh, because the time has also changed, so there should be that progression in cinema also. It shouldn't be like after watching this film Body one would say, something like this has already been done by Bresson.
That's right.
So it should be true to the time. So a lot of advancement has already been done in the field of acting, if I can use that word. So I wanted to bring that to the table.
And for Brasso, these are not actors, it's are models. These are models, he said.
Hmm.
That is what
Hmm.
he used.
Yes.
He must be,
Yes.
knowing that and
Yes.
studied that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Anything to say on these models? Or I will continue.
Uh, I think it was true to the time.
Okay.
It was true to his work, but I cannot make a generic statement saying whether that's absolutely true for all kinds of films. I think it's a very director specific
That's right.
thought.
That's right.
And also because I'm an actor, I can't completely agree with it,
That's
because
it.
if I do that, then I am in a way negating a lot of directors and their vision. So, but at the same time, I think if Bresson were to direct, I would happily become a model.
Why I am asking you this, because the idea of this model and what Manikol says is no is something like this, that it's not, you are not identifying with the character. Okay, you are not becoming the character fully. Therefore, the audience will not you know be get identified and carried away with that. That is the idea behind it.
Okay.
In Indian aesthetics, there is a concept that abhinaya, you you don't have to become completely submerged in the actor, in the character. You act as a character.
Wow.
You act as a character. Abhinaya. You act and get it to the performer. But our cinema, mainstream or art or whatever you say, we try to become the character.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, like this in Indian aesthetics, you have to be little bit detached from the character.
Hmm.
Abhinaya
Yes.
means you are not be becoming the character, but you should be acting as a character.
Yes. I 100% agree with that,
Okay,
because disagreeing with this thought would be insanity.
okay,
Because if I disagree with this thought and I say no, one becomes a character and it is something which is outside, huh, then it's a sure shot route to losing one's own sense of self, uh, which clearly shouldn't be there. Here, for films like, I'll talk about my work in body. So, for example, in this film, I'm stripping in public places. So, was it a character that was outside? I mean, was it somebody else that I was trying to become? No, I think it was one of my sides that I chose to
personality.
project. Yeah,
One
one
of
of my
your
personal. Yes,
personality.
yes.
Yes,
I think that is the infinite search
that's it.
for the life of an actor. Like, our personality also is an ever changing entity. So the way our personality is changing, our whole being is changing, its projection on the screen will keep on changing automatically.
Why I'm saying this detachment, we say, because in Indian tradition, the acting or performance is in a way there is a detachment inside with the actor, the performer, and the performer and the audience.
Hmm.
Suppose you take the example of Kathakali
Yeah.
or Kudiyattam
Yes.
or Theyyam, our folk traditional performances. It's not. It is they keep a distance. The actor is playing God, is acting as. It's not that he is. So
Correct.
there is a clear detachment within the actor and the actor, the performance, and the audience.
Yes.
So it is called Sakshi Bhava in Indian aesthetic.
Sakshi Bhava.
Sakshi Bhava. That
Okay, so
means
you're mere witness.
you are witnessing,
Hmm.
and you are, but your witnessing means you there is a rasa that is created by the performances that you appreciate.
Hmm.
It is not that you just sit there,
Hmm.
but this element is important
Right.
in Indian tradition. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. But what happened was, with the European or foreign concept of acting, the realism came to the play an important role in our acting and cinema and art. That's what I feel. It is because of that.
Hmm.
Indian tradition is not realistic in the way we conceive or perceive realism.
Hmm.
Are you getting me?
I am getting you.
it is highly ornamental, stylized that way.
Right.
That's why I'm asking you this question.
Oh, can you reframe the question again? I understood your point of view, but I just want to understand the question.
So what I'm saying is, in Indian tradition, for example, the Kathakali actor acts out with his see, there is no dialogue in him. He doesn't speak. There is a singer. There is this the drums and other things. He acts out.
Hmm.
So he's not trying to become the actor.
Hmm.
Therefore, we sit as an observer and watch it. But it is not that you sit there alone and go somewhere. But whatever is the essence, the rasa created, you are getting that. You are appreciating that. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
In India, what I'm saying is the performances are not that realistic like the European concept of realism and acting.
Hmm.
It is highly, you can say,
Stylized?
yeah, one way stylized, but the stylization again comes from yeah,
West.
West. But you can say it is highly എന്താ പറയാ അർജുന, it's not stylized but highly uh, exaggerated, you can say.
Hmm.
It is not the way the perceive the acting. You have to become the character. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, that is a different,
But I think with people getting access to all kinds of cinema, their taste is also evolving.
That's right.
It's changing,
Right.
I would say. And it would be exciting to see on screen what you're saying.
Okay.
That kind of Indian, very rooted Indian method of acting being projected on screen.
Correct.
But I think the medium also has its own demand, because camera is a very modern medium. It was not there. So as you gave examples of Kathakali and other forms, they were forms of theater.
Right.
And right now we are talking about cinema, which later on came.
That's right.
So if you see earlier films of India, they exactly replicated what was happening
theater or
in
stage.
theater.
Yeah.
Stage elements were being replicated on screen.
That's right.
That has a different kind of an
That's right.
effect.
That's right.
But the effect of this medium in itself is very different, which means the medium demands certain sensibilities. I mean, that is coming from the medium. The medium was invented in the West.
That's right.
So people first watched those films made
right.
by Westerners.
That's right.
So that already established a sense of sensibility as to what is the requirement of the medium.
Okay.
I think we are just holding true to that.
Okay.
I really don't know what is going to happen if we are sticking to our Indian ethos and Indian performance values and bringing them exactly on stage. But it would be a very interesting experiment for sure.
That's right.
Yes, I think that is the reason why realism has seeped in
Yes,
so much.
it takes me to another kind of discussion in the sense, see what we say or feel is that the camera can reproduce reality. It's not. So we are trying to be very truthful to the object, the realism. It's not possible. Camera can't reproduce, because when you put a camera at one place, one place and one angle, it's a political stand.
It is, sir. You are not talking about reality and realism, right? I mean, camera 100% cannot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what we thought is we can to make the film appreciable. You should be true to realism. and therefore you try to become a something like that. We are thinking that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But when you shoot something, there is a kind of chemical reality that is happening.
Yes.
So you can't make it as it is,
Hmm.
but the camera captures that object with a different kind of perspective. That's what
Hmm.
I'm saying.
100% I agree. If anyone is living under the illusion that they are able to capture reality on screen, that's an illusion,
That's
because we are only choosing portions of the reality to project,
correct.
and that's dramatized, well rehearsed,
Yeah.
first put on written word.
Written, yeah, script.
Yeah.
But Ritik Ghatak has tried to do something
Oh yes.
differently.
Oh yes.
That's where I'm coming now.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yes. Uh, Ghatak, Ritwik Ghatak very successfully could bring those Indian
Yeah.
performance styles. Even the performances, even if they were melodramatic, but at the same time, mm, people are so deeply affected watching. I mean, I am. When I watch those performances, it does something. So, yeah, Ghatak.
It's not only his performances, it's the entire vision of cinema
Yes,
is
yes.
something like
I'm
that.
an actor, so I'm only talking from the
Yeah,
point of view of
that's what I'm saying. So,
performance.
now, let us talk about you, discuss about you as a theater person. Tell us something more about you,
Okay.
your theater activities, and that first. Then second, we will discuss about the training you had in FTII, etc.
Hmm. So currently, I'm doing theater. I'm doing a play called Bagi Alvele with Atul Kumar. This play is based on Ernst Lubitsch's film To Be or Not to Be.
Okay.
It's a comic, farcical comedy uh, on and based on an authoritarian regime which is trying to kill the artists.
Okay.
So a set of very lousy theater actors who are very bad theater actors of Ludhiana, Punjab. So this play is set in Punjab. They revolt against that regime and sort of escape from there and land up in London. It's a bizarre story, but that's one thing that I'm doing. I've been doing professional theater for the last 10 years now, and this film,
Body.
Body, is a consequence of one of the plays that I did
Okay.
for youth Prithvi Theatres, Mumbai's
I
Prithvi
know.
Theatres
I know.
youth theatre festival called Thespo. So there is this festival wherein uh, people under 25 years can participate. So we participated, and Khushbu, who is in the film
Acted in
Body.
this film.
Yeah,
Okay.
she plays the theater director in the
Okay.
film.
Okay.
She was the actual director of that play that we did.
Okay.
The play was called Normal, based on Scottish playwright Anthony Nielsen's.
So that's what you have taken here in
Yes.
this one.
So Abhijit Da came to watch that film, and that performance deeply affected him, and he sort of decided that whenever he's going to make his first feature film, it's going to have reflections of this play. So that's uh, in a way, that play is very much an integral part of
Okay.
the making of the film Body. So when you were talking about the Indian method in acting, I was in a way reminded about my teacher, acting teacher, Prasanna sir, from Hegudu. He has written this book called Indian Method in Acting, red colored book published by National School of Drama. So Prasanna sir's one of the first lessons was that acting is a game of falsehood to achieve the ultimate objective of truth.
Right.
It's a search of truth starting from falsehood.
False.
So we put up a beard, and the audience, after some point of time, believes that the beard is real.
Hmm.
So in the film, although my beard is real, and I no more carry it. I'm just giving an example of the beard.
That's right.
It's a very surface level
That's
example.
right. You're right.
But there are other things that I wear for the character,
That's right.
the behavior and everything.
Yep, yep.
So all that is coming from falsehood, but its ultimate objective is people believing that what they just witnessed was an act of truth. So he came, and then Tom Alter sir came for poetry workshop. That was also one of the first workshops. And then there was Neeraj Kabi sir. He came for his method. He has his own method. Uh, and then overall the course was based on workshops. Back to back we had workshops. We were very fortunate to have Chandramohan Nair sir as the head of the department. And with his vision, we had one of the best acting teachers. We had over 50 workshops. So it was a workshop to workshop based program. And Pushpendra sir, Pushpendra Singh, who's also the acting coach for this film body. He came in later on. At the time of our diploma films, he was very instrumental in getting the directors for our diploma films. Um, so yeah, because of him, the diploma films got made, because in the earlier batches films were not finishing, and FTI had this plan to actually cancel out all the diploma films for acting diplomas. But this film got made, my acting diploma, which was directed by Abhijit Da.
Okay.
The film is called Yeti. Yeah. It's also a very experimental film. It was a medium length film, 62 minutes I think is the duration of the film, and Rough Work Films, which is the production company of this film, it co-produced the film with FTI. Okay. And that film got selected at Torino Film Festival, Italy, under a section called Waves, which selects films which sort of question the conventional grammar of filmmaking. That film also had a lot of static long takes. So that was mostly about FTI. It gave us great sense of camaraderie. I simply love the character of the campus. I simply love the way people from the institute are. We as batchmates were very fortunate to be having worked again together on this film. And FTI actually gave me my wife Khushbu, who's also my batchmate and fellow actor. Uh, she's a fantastic actor. That's right. She we got married because of FTI.
See, lastly, I would like to ask you that this is the age of technology. AI is making film. What's the role of an actor in the film? How do you visualize the future of acting and cinema as such?
Sir, as an actor, I don't really think about the future that much. Personally, I don't. There must be actors who must be thinking. Okay. I would like to stay in the moment. Okay. I would like both off screen and on screen. I would like to stay in the moment, which is the reason I like the tree here. I like the soundscape. I like this conversation. I like this gentleman who's watched our film twice.
That's right.
So,
and this is Arjun.
Hi, Arjun.
So he selected your film in the.
Oh, okay.
This is Arjun.
Thank you, Arjun.
Okay, okay.
So I don't think it. I mean, I can be faffing about AI and say stuff which I don't believe in, but I truly believe in staying in the moment. I mean, it's good to use AI to write essays and all. It's fine. It can do that job for you, petty work. But acting wise, right now,
people are making films without actors. They have been doing this for quite some time now. Now it's not necessary to have actors. There is this animation. It was there. Now, take for example a film like there was a film screened here by Mithun Murali, that is Kiss Wagon. It was made,
I'm aware of.
Yeah, during COVID, using computer. That's why I'm asking the age, of computers and technology.
I think it is great to be using that technology. But as is the case with any technology that comes, I think it only amalgamates with the current existing things. So I think for me as an actor, maybe it will only help us have more hybrid sort of films where I'm also there and a robot is also there, and maybe
Yeah, I'm coming to that.
yeah,
The cinema has become hybrid now.
yes.
There is performance, there is sculpting, there is painting, there is actor. This is what is happening.
I'm very much willing to accept that
Mm.
um, because I think change is the only constant, and uh, even if we keep resisting that change, it is inevitable. That is going to happen because it's there are a lot of market forces behind that. Uh, it's cheaper for people to do that, or eventually it's going to get cheaper. So as actor, what I can do is to be true to the moment, this moment and that moment in the future. Whenever that comes, I'll be very true to that in whatever capacity. All I can make sure is to keep updating my own software
Okay.
so that I'm true to that time and not sidelined as senile or someone who is outdated.
Thanks a lot. It
Thank you
is
so much, sir. It
interesting.
was pleasure.
And okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It was great talking to you. Um, I mean, a veteran like you, a senior like you, to be interviewing me is in itself a pleasure. And I would like to thank everyone behind the camera also, and everyone attending this festival, uh, because it's only because of you, the ones sitting on the audience chair, that people like us can make films and people like us can have these conversations.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.